Three Sisters, Anton Chekhov. Act Cars. In Prosorov's house, a sitting room with pillars, behind is seen a large dining room. It is midday, the sun is shining brightly outside. In the dining room, the table is being laid for lunch. Olga, in the regulation blue dress of a teacher at a girls' high school, is walking about correcting exercise books. Masha, in a black dress with a hat on her knees, sits and reads a book. Irina, in white, stands about with a thoughtful expression. Olga. It's just a year since father died last May the 5th, on your name day, Irina. It was very cold then and snowing. I thought I would never survive it, and you were in a dead faint. And now a year has gone by, and we are already thinking about it without pain. And you are wearing a white dress, and your face is happy. Clock strikes 12. And the clock struck just the same way then. Pause. I remember that there was music at the funeral, and they fired a volley in the cemetery. He was a general in command of a brigade, but there were few people present. Of course, it was raining then, raining hard and snowing. Irina. Why think about it? Baron Tuzenbach, Chebutikin and Soleny appear by the table in the dining room, behind the pillars. Olga. It's so warm today that we can keep the windows open, though the birches are not yet in flower. Father was put in command of a brigade, and he rode out of Moscow with us 11 years ago. I remember perfectly that it was early in May, and that everything in Moscow was flowering then. It was warm too, everything was bathed in sunshine. 11 years have gone, and I remember everything as if we rode out only yesterday. Oh God! When I awoke this morning and saw all the light in the spring, joy entered my heart, and I longed passionately to go home. Chebutikin. Will you take a bet on it? Tuzenbach. Oh, nonsense. Masha, lost in a reverie over her book, whistles softly. Olga, don't whistle, Masha. How can you? Pause. I'm always having headaches from having to go to the high school every day and then teach till evening. Strange thoughts come to me, as if I were already an old woman. And really, during these 4 years that I have been working here, I have been feeling as if every day my strength and youth have been squeezed out of me, drop by drop. And only one desire grows and gains in strength. Irina. To go away to Moscow, to sell the house, drop everything here, and go to Moscow. Olga. Yes, to Moscow, and as soon as possible. Chebutikin and Tuzenbach laugh. Irina, I expect Andrei will become a professor, but still he won't want to live here. Only poor Masha must go on living here. Olga, Masha can come to Moscow every year for the whole summer. Masha is whistling gently. Irina, everything will be arranged, please God. Looks out of the window. It's nice out today. I don't know why I'm so happy. I remembered this morning that it was my name day, and I suddenly felt glad and remembered my childhood, when Mother was still with us. What beautiful thoughts I had. What thoughts? Olga. You're all radiance today. I've never seen you look so lovely. And Masha is pretty too. Andrei wouldn't be bad-looking if he wasn't so stout. It does spoil his appearance. But I've grown old and very thin. I suppose it's because I get angry with the girls at school. Today I'm free. I'm at home. I haven't got a headache, and I feel younger than I was yesterday. I'm only 28. All's well. God is everywhere. But it seems to me that if only I were married and could stay at home all day, it would be even better. Pause. I should love my husband. Tuzenbach to Soleny. I'm tired of listening to the rot you talk. Entering the sitting room. I forgot to say that Vershinin, our new lieutenant colonel of artillery, is coming to see us today. Sits down to the piano. Olga. That's good. I'm glad. Irina. Is he old? Tuzenbach. Oh no, 40 or 45, at the very outside. Plays softly. He seems rather a good sort. He's certainly no fool, only he likes to hear himself speak. Irina. Is he interesting? Tuzenbach. Oh, he's all right, but there's his wife, his mother-in-law and 2 daughters. This is his second wife. He pays calls and tells everybody that he's got a wife and 2 daughters. He'll tell you so here. The wife isn't all there. She does her hair like a flapper and gushes extremely. She talks philosophy and tries to commit suicide every now and again, apparently in order to annoy her husband. I should have left her long ago, but he bears up patiently and just grumbles. Soleni enters with Chebutikin from the dining room. With one hand I can only lift 54 pounds, but with both hands I can lift 180 or even 200 pounds. From this I conclude that two men are not twice as strong as one, but 3 times, perhaps even more. Chebutikin reads a newspaper as he walks. If your hair is coming out, take an ounce of naphthalene and hail a bottle of spirit. Dissolve and use daily. Makes a note in his pocket diary. When found, make a note of. Not that I want it, though. Crosses it out. It doesn't matter. Irina Ivan Romanovich, dear Ivan Romanovich. Chebutikin. What does my own little girl want? Irina Ivan Romanovich, dear Ivan Romanovich. I feel as if I were sailing under the broad blue sky with great white birds around me. Why is that? Why? Chebutikin kisses her hands tenderly. My white bird. Irina. When I woke up today and got up and dressed myself, I suddenly began to feel as if everything in this life was open to me and that I knew how I must live. Dear Ivan Romanovich, I know everything. A man must work, toil in the sweat of his brow, whoever he may be, for that is the meaning and object of his life, his happiness, his enthusiasm. How fine it is to be a workman who gets up at daybreak and breaks stones in the street, or a shepherd or a schoolmaster who teaches children, or an engine driver on the railway. My God, let alone a man. It's better to be an ox or just a horse, so long as it can work, than a young woman who wakes up at 12 o'clock, has her coffee in bed, and then spends 2 hours dressing. Oh, it's awful. Sometimes when it's hot, your thirst can be just as tiresome as my need for work. And if I don't get up early in future and work, Ivan Romanovich, then you may refuse me your friendship. Chebutikin tenderly. I'll refuse, I'll refuse. Olga, father used to make us get up at 7. Now Irina wakes at 7 and lies and meditates about something till 9 at least. And she looks so serious, laughs, Irina. You're so used to seeing me as a little girl that it seems queer to you when my face is serious. I'm 20, Tusenbach. How well I can understand that craving for work, oh God. I've never worked once in my life. I was born in Petersburg, a chilly, lazy place, in a family which never knew what work or worry meant. I remember that when I used to come home from my regiment, a footman used to have to pull off my boots while I fidgeted, and my mother looked on in adoration and wondered why other people didn't see me in the same light. They shielded me from work, but only just in time. A new age is dawning, the people are marching on us all, a powerful health-giving storm is gathering. It is drawing near, soon it will be upon us, and it will drive away laziness, indifference, the prejudice against labor, and rotten dullness from our society. I shall work, and in 25 or 30 years, every man will have to work. Everyone. Chebutikin. I shan't work. Tusenbach. You don't matter. Soleni. In 25 years' time, we shall all be dead, thank the Lord. In 2 or 3 years' time, apoplexy will carry you off, or else I'll blow your brains out, my pet. Takes a scent bottle out of his pocket and sprinkles his chest and hands. Chebutikin laughs. It's quite true, I never have worked. After I came down from the university, I never stirred a finger or opened a book, I just read the papers. Takes another newspaper out of his pocket. Here we are. I've learnt from the papers that there used to be one, Dobrolubov, for instance, but what he wrote I don't know. God only knows. Somebody is heard tapping on the floor from below. There. They're calling me downstairs. Somebody's come to see me. I'll be back in a minute. Won't be long. Exit hurriedly, scratching his beard. Irina, he's up to something. Tusenbach. Yes, he looked so pleased as he went out that I'm pretty certain he'll bring you a present in a moment. Irina. How unpleasant. Olga. Yes, it's awful. He's always doing silly things. Masha. There stands a green oak by the sea, and a chain of bright gold is around it. And a chain of bright gold is around it. Gets up and sings softly. Olga. You're not very bright today, Masha. Masha sings, putting on her hat. Where are you off to? Masha home. Irina. That's odd. Tusenbach. On a name day, too. Masha. It doesn't matter. I'll come in the evening. Goodbye, dear. Kisses Irina. Many happy returns, though I've said it before. In the old days when father was alive, every time we had a name day, 30 or 40 officers used to come, and there was lots of noise and fun. And today there's only a man and a half, and it's as quiet as a desert. I'm off. I've got the hump today, and I'm not at all cheerful, so don't you mind me. Laughs through her tears. We'll have a talk later on, but goodbye for the present, my dear. I'll go somewhere. Irina displeased. You are queer. Olga crying. I understand you, Masha. Soleni. When a man talks philosophy, well, it is philosophy, or at any rate sophistry. But when a woman or two women talk philosophy, it's all my eye. Masha. What do you mean by that, you very awful man? Soleni. Oh, nothing. You came down on me before I could say, help. Pause. Masha angrily, to Olga. Don't cry. Enter Anfisa and Ferapont with a cake. Anfisa. This way, my dear. Come in. Your feet are clean. To Irina, from the district council, from Mikhail Ivanich Protopopov. A cake. Irina. Thank you. Please thank him. Takes the cake. Ferapont, what? Irina louder. Please thank him. Olga. Give him a pie, nurse. Ferapont, go, she'll give you a pie. Ferapont, what? Anfisa. Come on, Grandfer, Ferapont Spiridonich. Come on. Exeunt. Masha, I don't like this Mikhail Potapich or Ivanich Protopopov. We oughtn't to invite him here. Irina. I never asked him. Masha. That's all right. Enter Chebutikin, followed by a soldier with a silver samovar. There is a rumble of dissatisfied surprise. Olga covers her face with her hands. A samovar. That's awful. Exit into the dining room to the table. Irina. My dear Ivan Romanovich, what are you doing? Tuzenbach laughs. I told you so. Masha Ivan Romanovich, you are simply shameless. Chebutikin. My dear good girl, you are the only thing and the dearest thing I have in the world. I'll soon be 60. I'm an old man, a lonely, worthless old man. The only good thing in me is my love for you, and if it hadn't been for that, I would have been dead long ago. To Irina. My dear little girl, I've known you since the day of your birth. I've carried you in my arms. I loved your dead mother. Masha. But your presents are so expensive. Chebutikin angrily, through his tears. Expensive presents. You really are. To the orderly. Take the samovar in there. Teasing. Expensive presents. The orderly goes into the dining room with the samovar. Anfisa enters and crosses stage. My dear, there's a strange colonel come. He's taken off his coat already. Children, he's coming here. Irina, darling, you'll be a nice and polite little girl, won't you? Should have lunched a long time ago. Oh, Lord. Exit. Tuzenbach. It must be Vershinin. Enter Vershinin, Lieutenant Colonel Vershinin. Vershinin to Masha and Irina. I have the honor to introduce myself. My name is Vershinin. I am very glad indeed to be able to come at last. How you've grown. Oh, Irina. Please sit down. We're very glad you've come. Vershinin gaily. I am glad, very glad. But there are 3 sisters, surely. I remember 3 little girls. I forget your faces, but your father, Colonel Prosorov, used to have 3 little girls. I remember that perfectly. I saw them with my own eyes. How time does fly. Oh dear, how it flies. Tuzenbach Alexander Ignatievich comes from Moscow. Irina? From Moscow. Are you from Moscow? Vershinin. Yes, that's so. Your father used to be in charge of a battery there, and I was an officer in the same brigade. To Masha. I seem to remember your face a little. Masha. I don't remember you. Irina. Olga. Olga, shouts into the dining room. Olga, come along. Olga enters from the dining room. Lieutenant Colonel Vershinin comes from Moscow, as it happens. Vershinin, I take it that you are Olga Sergeyevna, the eldest, and that you are Maria. And you are Irina, the youngest. Olga. So you come from Moscow. Vershinin. Yes, I went to school in Moscow and began my service there. I was there for a long time until at last I got my battery and moved over here. As you see, I don't really remember you. I only remember that there used to be 3 sisters. I remember your father well. I have only to shut my eyes to see him as he was. I used to come to your house in Moscow. Olga, I used to think I remembered everybody, but… Vershinin. My name is Alexander Ignatievich. Irina Alexander Ignatievich. You've come from Moscow. That is really quite a surprise. Olga, we are going to live there, you see. Irina. We think we may be there this autumn. It's our native town. We were born there. In Old Basmany Road. They both laugh for joy. Masha, we've unexpectedly met a fellow countryman. Briskly, I remember. Do you remember, Olga? They used to speak at home of a lovelorn major. You were only a lieutenant then, and in love with somebody, but for some reason they always called you a major for fun. Vershinin laughs. That's it. The lovelorn major, that's got it. Masha. You only wore moustaches then. You have grown older. Through her tears. You have grown older, Vershinin. Yes, when they used to call me the lovelorn major, I was young and in love. I've grown out of both now. Olga. But you haven't a single white hair yet. You're older, but you're not yet old. Vershinin. I'm 42 anyway. Have you been away from Moscow long? Irina, 11 years. What are you crying for, Masha, you little fool? Crying. And I'm crying too. Masha. It's all right. And where did you live? Vershinin, Old Basmany Road. Olga, same as we. Vershinin, once I used to live in German Street. That was when the Red Barracks were my headquarters. There's an ugly bridge in between where the water rushes underneath. One gets melancholy when one is alone there. Pause. Here the river is so wide and fine. It's a splendid river. Olga. Yes, but it's so cold. It's very cold here, and the midges. Vershinin. What are you saying? Here you've got such a fine, healthy Russian climate. You've a forest, a river, and birches. Dear, modest birches, I like them more than any other tree. It's good to live here. Only it's odd that the railway station should be 13 miles away. Nobody knows why. Seleni, I know why. All look at him. Because if it was near, it wouldn't be far off, and if it's far off, it can't be near. An awkward pause. Tusenbach, funny man. Olga, now I know who you are. I remember. Vershinin, I used to know your mother. Chebutikin. She was a good woman, rest her soul. Irina, mother, is buried in Moscow. Olga, at the Novo-Devichi cemetery. Masha. Do you know, I'm beginning to forget her face. We'll be forgotten in just the same way. Vershinin. Yes, they'll forget us. It's our fate, it can't be helped. A time will come when everything that seems serious, significant, or very important to us will be forgotten, or considered trivial. Pause, and the curious thing is that we can't possibly find out what will come to be regarded as great and important, and what will be feeble or silly. Didn't the discoveries of Copernicus, or Columbus, say, seem unnecessary and ludicrous at first, while wasn't it thought that some rubbish written by a fool held all the truth? And it may so happen that our present existence, with which we are so satisfied, will in time appear strange, inconvenient, stupid, unclean, perhaps even sinful. Tusenbach. Who knows? But on the other hand, they may call our life noble and honor its memory. We've abolished torture and capital punishment. We live in security. But how much suffering there is still. Seleni, in a feeble voice. There. The Baron will go without his dinner if you only let him talk philosophy. Tusenbach, Vasily Vasilovich, kindly leave me alone. Changes his chair. You're very dull, you know. Seleni feebly. There. Tusenbach to Vershinin. The sufferings we see today, there are so many of them, still indicate a certain moral improvement in society. Vershinin. Yes, of course. Chebutikin. You said just now, Baron, that they may call our life noble, but we are very petty. Stands up. See how little I am. Violin played behind. Masha. That's Andrei playing our brother, Irina. He's the learned member of the family. I expect he will be a professor some day. Father was a soldier, but his son chose an academic career for himself. Masha. That was father's wish. Olga. We ragged him today. We think he's a little in love. Irina. To a local lady. She will probably come here today. Masha. You should see the way she dresses. Quite prettily, quite fashionably too, but so badly. Some queer bright yellow skirt with a wretched little fringe and a red bodice. And such a complexion. Andrei isn't in love. After all, he has taste, he's simply making fun of us. I heard yesterday that she was going to marry Protopopov, the chairman of the local council. That would do her nicely. At the side door. Andrei, come here. Just for a minute, dear. Enter Andrei. Olga, my brother, Andrei Sergeyevich. Vershinin. My name is Vershinin. Andrei, mine is Prosorov. Wipes his perspiring hands. You've come to take charge of the battery. Olga, just think. Alexander Ignatievich comes from Moscow. Andrei, that's all right. Now my little sisters won't give you any rest. Vershinin, I've already managed to bore your sisters. Irina, just look what a nice little photograph frame Andrei gave me today. Shows it. He made it himself. Vershinin looks at the frame and does not know what to say. Yes, it's a thing that Irina and he made that frame there on the piano as well. Andrei waves his hand and walks away. Olga, he's got a degree and plays the violin, and cuts all sorts of things out of wood, and is really a domestic, admirable Crichton. Don't go away, Andrei. He's got into a habit of always going away. Come here. Masha and Irina take his arms and laughingly lead him back. Masha. Come on, Andrei. Please leave me alone. Masha. You are funny. Alexander Ignatievich used to be called the lovelorn major, but he never minded. Vershinin not the least. Masha, I'd like to call you the lovelorn fiddler, Irina, or the lovelorn professor. Olga, he's in love. Little Andrei is in love. Irina applauds. Bravo, bravo, encore. Little Andrei is in love. Chebutikin goes up behind Andrei and takes him round the waist with both arms. Nature only brought us into the world that we should love. Roars with laughter, then sits down and reads a newspaper which he takes out of his pocket. Andrei. That's enough, quite enough. Wipes his face. I couldn't sleep all night, and now I can't quite find my feet, so to speak. I read until 4 o'clock, then tried to sleep, but nothing happened. I thought about one thing and another, and then it dawned and the sun crawled into my bedroom. This summer, while I'm here, I want to translate a book from the English. Vershinin. Do you read English? Andrei Yi's father, rest his soul, educated us almost violently. It may seem funny and silly, but it's nevertheless true that after his death I began to fill out and get rounder, as if my body had had some great pressure taken off it. Thanks to father, my sisters and I know French, German and English, and Irina knows Italian as well. But we paid dearly for it all, Masha. A knowledge of 3 languages is an unnecessary luxury in this town. It isn't even a luxury, but a sort of useless extra, like a 6th finger. We know a lot too much. Vershinin. Well, I say, laughs. You know a lot too much. I don't think there can really be a town so dull and stupid as to have no place for a clever, cultured person. Let us suppose even that among the 100,000 inhabitants of this backward and uneducated town, there are only 3 persons like yourself. It stands to reason that you won't be able to conquer that dark mob around you. Little by little, as you grow older, you will be bound to give way and lose yourselves in this crowd of 100,000 human beings. Their life will suck you up in itself, but still, you won't disappear having influenced nobody. Later on, others like you will come, perhaps 6 of them, then 12 and so on, until at last your sort will be in the majority. In 200 or 300 years' time, life on this earth will be unimaginably beautiful and wonderful. Mankind needs such a life, and if it is not ours today, then we must look ahead for it, wait, think, prepare for it. We must see and know more than our fathers and grandfathers saw and knew. Laughs, and you complain that you know too much. Masha takes off her hat. I'll stay to lunch. Irina sighs. Yes, all that ought to be written down. Andrei has gone out quietly. Tusenbach. You say that many years later on, life on this earth will be beautiful and wonderful. That's true. But to share in it now, even though at a distance, we must prepare by work. Vershinin gets up. Yes, what a lot of flowers you have. Looks round. It's a beautiful flat. I envy you. I've spent my whole life in rooms with 2 chairs, 1 sofa and fires which always smoke. I've never had flowers like these in my life. Rubs his hands. Well, well, Tusenbach. Yes, we must work. You are probably thinking to yourself, the German lets himself go, but I assure you I'm a Russian. I can't even speak German. My father belonged to the Orthodox Church. Pause. Vershinin walks about the stage. I often wonder, suppose we could begin life over again, knowing what we were doing. Suppose we could use one life, already ended, as a sort of rough draft for another. I think that every one of us would try, more than anything else, not to repeat himself. At the very least, he would rearrange his manner of life. He would make sure of rooms like these, with flowers and light. I have a wife and 2 daughters. My wife's health is delicate, and so on, and if I had to begin life all over again, I would not marry. No, no. Enter Kuligin in a regulation jacket. Kuligin going up to Irina. Dear sister, allow me to congratulate you on the day sacred to your good angel, and to wish you, sincerely and from the bottom of my heart, good health and all that one can wish for a girl of your years. And then let me offer you this book as a present. Gives it to her. It is the history of our high school during the last 50 years, written by myself. The book is worthless, and written because I had nothing to do, but read it all the same. Good day, gentlemen. To Vershinin, my name is Kuligin. I am a master of the local high school. 2 to Irina. In this book you will find a list of all those who have taken the full course at our high school during these 50 years. Feci quod potui, faciant meliora potentes. Kisses Masha, Irina. But you gave me one of these at Easter. Kuligin laughs. I couldn't have, surely. You'd better give it back to me in that case, or else give it to the colonel. Take it, colonel. You'll read it some day when you're bored. Vershinin. Thank you, prepares to go. I am extremely happy to have made the acquaintance of Olga. Must you go? No, not yet. Irina, you'll stop and have lunch with us, please do. Olga. Yes, please. Vershinin bows. I seem to have dropped in on your name day. Forgive me, I didn't know, and I didn't offer you my congratulations. Goes with Olga into the dining room. Kuligin, today is Sunday, the day of rest. So let us rest and rejoice, each in a manner compatible with his age and disposition. The carpets will have to be taken up for the summer and put away till the winter. Persian powder or naphthalene. The Romans were healthy because they knew both how to work and how to rest. They had mens sana in corpore sano. Their life ran along certain recognized patterns. Our director says, the chief thing about each life is its pattern. Whoever loses his pattern is lost himself. And it's just the same in our daily life. Takes Masha by the waist, laughing. Masha loves me. My wife loves me. And you ought to put the window curtains away with the carpets. I'm feeling awfully pleased with life today. Masha, we've got to be at the director's at 4. They're getting up a walk for the pedagogues and their families. Masha, I shan't go. Kuligin hurt. My dear Masha, why not? Masha, I'll tell you later. Angrily. All right, I'll go, only please stand back. Steps away. Kuligin, and then we're to spend the evening at the director's. In spite of his ill health, that man tries, above everything else, to be sociable. A splendid, illuminating personality. A wonderful man. After yesterday's committee, he said to me, I'm tired, Fyodor Ilyich, I'm tired. Looks at the clock, then at his watch. Your clock is 7 minutes fast. Yes, he said, I'm tired. Violin played off. Olga, let's go and have lunch. There's to be a masterpiece of baking. Kuligin. Oh, my dear Olga, my dear, yesterday I was working till 11 o'clock at night and got awfully tired. Today I'm quite happy. Goes into dining room. My dear. Chekhov puts his paper into his pocket and combs his beard. A pie? Splendid. Masha severely to Chekhov. Only mind, you're not to drink anything today. Do you hear? It's bad for you. Chekhov. Oh, that's all right. I haven't been drunk for 2 years. And it's all the same anyway. Masha. You're not to dare to drink, all the same. Angrily, but so that her husband should not hear. Another dull evening at the director's, confound it. Tusenbach. I shouldn't go if I were you. It's quite simple. Chekhov, don't go. Masha. Yes, don't go. It's a cursed, unbearable life. Goes into dining room. Chebutikin follows her. It's not so bad. Soleni going into the dining room. There. Tuzenbach, Vasily Vasilovich, that's enough. Be quiet. Soleni. There. Kuligin gaily. Your health, Colonel. I'm a pedagogue and not quite at home here. I'm Masha's husband. She's a good sort, a very good sort. Vershinin, I'll have some of this black vodka. Drinks, your health. To Olga. I'm very comfortable here. Only Irina and Tuzenbach are now left in the sitting room. Irina Masha's out of sorts today. She married when she was 18, when he seemed to her the wisest of men. And now it's different. He's the kindest man, but not the wisest. Olga impatiently. Andrei, when are you coming? Andrei. Off. 1 minute. Enters and goes to the table. Tuzenbach. What are you thinking about? Irina. I don't like this Soleni of yours, and I'm afraid of him. He only says silly things. Tuzenbach. He's a queer man. I'm sorry for him, though he vexes me. I think he's shy. When there are just the two of us, he's quite all right and very good company. When other people are about, he's rough and hectoring. Don't let's go in. Let them have their meal without us. Let me stay with you. What are you thinking of? Pause. You're 20. I'm not yet 30. How many years are there left to us, with their long, long lines of days filled with my love for you? Irina Nikolai Lvovich, don't speak to me of love. Tuzenbach does not hear. I've a great thirst for life, struggle and work, and this thirst has united with my love for you, Irina, and you're so beautiful, and life seems so beautiful to me. What are you thinking about? Irina. You say that life is beautiful. Yes, if only it seems so. The life of us three hasn't been beautiful yet. It has been stifling us as if it was weeds. I'm crying. I oughtn't. Dries her tears, smiles. We must work. That is why we are unhappy and look at the world so sadly. We don't know what work is. Our parents despised work. Enter Natalia Ivanova. She wears a pink dress and a green sash. Natasha. They're already at lunch. I'm late. Carefully examines herself in a mirror and puts herself straight. I think my hair's done all right. Sees Irina. Dear Irina Sergeyevna, I congratulate you. Kisses her firmly and at length. You've so many visitors, I'm really ashamed. How do you do, Baron? Olga enters from dining room. Here's Natalia Ivanovna. How are you, dear? They kiss. Natasha, happy returns. I'm awfully shy. You've so many people here. Olga, all our friends. Frightened, in an undertone. You're wearing a green sash. My dear, you shouldn't. Natasha, is it a sign of anything? Olga, no, it simply doesn't go well, and it looks so queer. Natasha, in a tearful voice. Yes, but it isn't really green. It's too dull for that. Goes into dining room with Olga. They have all sat down to lunch in the dining room. The sitting room is empty. Kuligin, I wish you a nice fiancé, Irina. It's quite time you married. Chebutikin Natalia Ivanovna, I wish you the same. Kuligin Natalia Ivanovna has a fiancé already. Masha raps with her fork on a plate. Let's all get drunk and make life purple for once. Kuligin, you've lost 3 good conduct marks. Vershinin, this is a nice drink. What's it made of? Soleni black beetles. Irina tearfully. Phew, how disgusting. Olga, there is to be a roast turkey and a sweet apple pie for dinner. Thank goodness I can spend all day and the evening at home. You'll come in the evening, ladies and gentlemen. Vershinin, and please may I come in the evening? Irina, please do. Natasha, they don't stand on ceremony here. Chebutikin, nature only brought us into the world that we should love. Laughs, Andrei angrily. Please don't. Aren't you tired of it? Enter Fedotik and Rode with a large basket of flowers. Fedotik, they're lunching already. Rode loudly and thickly. Lunching? Yes, so they are. Fedotik, wait a minute, takes a photograph. That's 1. No, just a moment. Takes another. That's 2. Now we're ready. They take the basket and go into the dining room, where they have a noisy reception. Rode loudly, congratulations and best wishes. Lovely weather today, simply perfect. Was out walking with the high school students all the morning. I take their drills. Fedotik, you may move, Irina Sergeyevna. Takes a photograph. You look well today. Takes a humming top out of his pocket. Here's a humming top, by the way. It's got a lovely note. Irina. How awfully nice. Masha. There stands a green oak by the sea, and a chain of bright gold is around it. And a chain of bright gold is around it. Tearfully. What am I saying that for? I've had those words running in my head all day. Kuligin. There are 13 at table. Rode aloud. Surely you don't believe in that superstition. Laughter. Kuligin. If there are 13 at table, then it means there are lovers present. It isn't you, Ivan Romanovich, hang it all. Laughter. Chebutikin. I'm a hardened sinner, but I really don't see why Natalia Ivanovna should blush. Loud laughter. Natasha runs out into the sitting room, followed by Andrei. Andrei, don't pay any attention to them. Wait. Do stop, please. Natasha. I'm shy. I don't know what's the matter with me, and they're all laughing at me. It wasn't nice of me to leave the table like that, but I can't. I can't. Covers her face with her hands. Andrei. My dear, I beg you. I implore you not to excite yourself. I assure you they're only joking. They're kind people. My dear good girl, they're all kind and sincere people, and they like both you and me. Come here to the window. They can't see us here. Looks round. Natasha. I'm so unaccustomed to meeting people. Andrei. Oh, your youth. Your splendid, beautiful youth. My darling, don't be so excited. Believe me, believe me. I'm so happy. My soul is full of love, of ecstasy. They don't see us. They can't. Why or when did I fall in love with you? Oh, I can't understand anything. My dear, my pure darling, be my wife. I love you, as never before. They kiss. 2 officers come in, and seeing the lovers kiss, stop in astonishment. Act 2. Scene as before. It is 8 p.m. Somebody is heard playing a concertina outside in the street. There is no fire. Natalia Ivanovna enters in indoor dress carrying a candle. She stops by the door which leads into Andrei's room. Natasha. What are you doing, Andrei? Are you reading? It's nothing, only I. She opens another door and looks in, then closes it. Isn't there any fire? Andrei enters with book in hand. What are you doing, Natasha? Natasha, I was looking to see if there wasn't a fire. It's Shrovetide, and the servant is simply beside herself. I must look out that something doesn't happen. When I came through the dining room yesterday midnight, there was a candle burning. I couldn't get her to tell me who had lighted it. Puts down her candle. What's the time? Andrei looks at his watch. 8:15. Natasha and Olga and Irina aren't in yet. The poor things are still at work. Olga at the teacher's council, Irina at the telegraph office. Sighs. I said to your sister this morning, Irina, darling, you must take care of yourself. But she pays no attention. Did you say it was 8:15? I am afraid little Bobby is quite ill. Why is he so cold? He was feverish yesterday, but today he is quite cold. I am so frightened. Andrei. It's all right, Natasha. The boy is well. Natasha. Still, I think we ought to put him on a diet. I am so afraid. And the entertainers were to be here after 9. They had better not come, Audrey. Andrei, I don't know. After all, they were asked. Natasha. This morning, when the little boy woke up and saw me, he suddenly smiled. That means he knew me. Good morning, Bobby. I said, good morning, darling. And he laughed. Children understand, they understand very well. So I'll tell them, Andrei dear, not to receive the entertainers. Andrei hesitatingly. But what about my sisters? This is their flat. Natasha. They'll do as I want them. They are so kind. Going. I ordered sour milk for supper. The doctor says you must eat sour milk and nothing else, or you won't get thin. Stops. Bobby is so cold. I'm afraid his room is too cold for him. It would be nice to put him into another room till the warm weather comes. Irina's room, for instance, is just right for a child. It's dry and has the sun all day. I must tell her she can share Olga's room. It isn't as if she was at home in the daytime. She only sleeps here. A pause. Andrei, darling, why are you so silent? Andrei, I was just thinking. There is really nothing to say. Natasha. Yes. There was something I wanted to tell you. Oh yes. Ferapont has come from the council offices. He wants to see you. Andrei yawns. Call him here. Natasha goes out. Andrei reads his book, stooping over the candle she has left behind. Ferapont enters. He wears a tattered old coat with the collar up. His ears are muffled. Andrei, good morning, grandfather. What have you to say? Ferapont. The chairman sends a book and some documents or other. Here. Hands him a book and a packet. Andrei. Thank you. It's all right. Why couldn't you come earlier? It's past 8 now. Ferapont. What? Andrei, louder. I say you've come late. It's past 8. Ferapont. Yes, yes. I came when it was still light, but they wouldn't let me in. They said you were busy. Well, what was I to do? If you're busy, and I'm in no hurry. He thinks that Andrei is asking him something. What? Andrei, nothing. Looks through the book. Tomorrow's Friday. I'm not supposed to go to work, but I'll come all the same. And do some work. It's dull at home. Pause. Oh, my dear old man, how strangely life changes, and how it deceives. Today, out of sheer boredom, I took up this book Old University Lectures, and I couldn't help laughing. My God, I'm secretary of the local district council, the council which has Protopopov for its chairman. Yes, I'm the secretary, and the summit of my ambitions is to become a member of the council. I to be a member of the local district council, I who dream every night that I'm a professor of Moscow University, a famous scholar of whom all Russia is proud. Ferapont, I can't tell. I'm hard of hearing. Andrei. If you weren't, I don't suppose I should talk to you. I've got to talk to somebody, and my wife doesn't understand me, and I'm a bit afraid of my sisters. I don't know why, unless it is that they may make fun of me and make me feel ashamed. I don't drink, I don't like public houses, but how I should like to be sitting just now in Tyastov's place in Moscow, or at the Great Moscow, old fellow. Ferapont, Moscow. That's where a contractor was once telling that some merchants or other were eating pancakes. One ate 40 pancakes, and he went and died, he was saying. Either 40 or 50, I forget which. Andrei, in Moscow, you can sit in an enormous restaurant where you don't know anybody, and where nobody knows you, and you don't feel all the same that you're a stranger. And here you know everybody, and everybody knows you, and you're a stranger. And a lonely stranger, Ferapont. What? And the same contractor was telling, perhaps he was lying, that there was a cable stretching right across Moscow. Andrei. What for? Ferapont, I can't tell. The contractor said so. Andrei, rubbish. He reads, Were you ever in Moscow? Ferapont. After a pause. No, God did not lead me there. Pause. Shall I go? Andrei. You may go. Goodbye. Ferapont goes. Goodbye. Reads. You can come tomorrow and fetch these documents. Go along. Pause. He's gone. A ring. Yes, yes. Stretches himself and slowly goes into his own room. Behind the scene, the nurse is singing a lullaby to the child. Masha and Vershinin come in. While they talk, a maidservant lights candles and a lamp. Masha, I don't know. Pause. I don't know. Of course, habit counts for a great deal. After father's death, for instance, it took us a long time to get used to the absence of orderlies. But apart from habit, it seems to me, in all fairness, that, however it may be in other towns, the best and most educated people are army men. Vershinin, I'm thirsty. I should like some tea. Masha, glancing at her watch. They'll bring some soon. I was given in marriage when I was 18, and I was afraid of my husband because he was a teacher, and I'd only just left school. He then seemed to me frightfully wise and learned and important. And now, unfortunately, that has changed. Vershinin, yes. Yes. Masha. I don't speak of my husband. I've grown used to him. But civilians in general are so often coarse, impolite, uneducated. Their rudeness offends me. It angers me. I suffer when I see that a man isn't quite sufficiently refined, or delicate, or polite. I simply suffer agonies when I happen to be among schoolmasters, my husband's colleagues. Vershinin, yes. It seems to me that civilians and army men are equally interesting in this town at any rate. It's all the same. If you listen to a member of the local intelligentsia, whether to civilian or military, he will tell you that he's sick of his wife, sick of his house, sick of his estate, sick of his horses. We Russians are extremely gifted in the direction of thinking on an exalted plane, but tell me, why do we aim so low in real life? Why? Masha. Why? Vershinin. Why is a Russian sick of his children, sick of his wife, and why are his wife and children sick of him? Masha. You're a little downhearted today. Vershinin. Perhaps I am. I haven't had any dinner. I've had nothing since the morning. My daughter is a little unwell, and when my girls are ill, I get very anxious, and my conscience tortures me because they have such a mother. Oh, if you had seen her today. What a trivial personality. We began quarreling at 7 in the morning, and at 9 I slammed the door and went out. Pause. I never speak of her. It's strange that I bear my complaints to you alone. Kisses her hand. Don't be angry with me. I haven't anybody but you. Nobody at all. Pause. Masha. What a noise in the oven. Just before father's death, there was a noise in the pipe, just like that. Vershinin. Are you superstitious? Masha. Yes, Vershinin. That's strange. Kisses her hand. You are a splendid, wonderful woman. Splendid, wonderful. It is dark here, but I see your sparkling eyes. Masha sits on another chair. There is more light here. Vershinin. I love you, love you, love you. I love your eyes, your movements. I dream of them. Splendid, wonderful woman, Masha laughing. When you talk to me like that, I laugh. I don't know why, for I'm afraid. Don't repeat it, please. In an undertone. No, go on, it's all the same to me. Covers her face with her hands. Somebody's coming. Let's talk about something else. Irina and Tuzenbach come in through the dining room. Tuzenbach. My surname is really triple. I am called Baron Tuzenbach Kron Altschauer, but I am Russian and Orthodox, the same as you. There is very little German left in me, unless perhaps it is the patience and the obstinacy with which I bore you. I see you home every night. Irina. How tired I am. Tuzenbach. And I'll come to the telegraph office to see you home every day for 10 or 20 years until you drive me away. He sees Masha and Vershinin, joyfully. Is that you? How do you do? Irina. Well, I am home at last. To Masha. A lady came today to telegraph to her brother in Saratov that her son died today, and she couldn't remember the address anyhow. So she sent the telegram without an address, just to Saratov. She was crying. And for some reason or other, I was rude to her. I've no time, I said. It was so stupid. Are the entertainers coming tonight? Masha, yes. Irina sitting down in an armchair. I want a rest. I am tired. Tuzenbach smiling. When you come home from your work, you seem so young and so unfortunate. Pause. Irina. I am tired. No, I don't like the telegraph office. I don't like it. Masha. You've grown thinner. Whistles a little. And you look younger, and your face has become like a boy's. Tuzenbach. That's the way she does her hair. Irina. I must find another job. This one won't do for me. What I wanted, what I hoped to get, just that is lacking here. Labor without poetry, without ideas. A knock on the floor. The doctor is knocking. To Tuzenbach. Will you knock, dear? I can't. I'm tired. Tuzenbach knocks. He'll come in a minute. Something ought to be done. Yesterday the doctor and Andrei played cards at the club and lost money. Andrei seems to have lost 200 rubles. Masha, with indifference. What can we do now? Irina. He lost money a fortnight ago. He lost money in December. Perhaps if he lost everything, we should go away from this town. Oh my God, I dream of Moscow every night. I'm just like a lunatic. Laughs. We go there in June, and before June there's still February, March, April, May. Nearly half a year. Masha, only Natasha, mustn't get to know of these losses. Irina. I expect it will be all the same to her. Chebutikin, who has only just got out of bed, he was resting after dinner, comes into the dining room and combs his beard. He then sits by the table and takes a newspaper from his pocket. Masha, here he is. Has he paid his rent? Irina laughs. No, he's been here 8 months and hasn't paid a kopeck. Seems to have forgotten. Masha laughs. What dignity in his pose. They all laugh. A pause. Irina. Why are you so silent, Alexander Ignatievich? Vershinin, I don't know. I want some tea. Half my life for a tumbler of tea. I haven't had anything since morning. Chebutikin Irina Sergeyevna. Irina. What is it? Chebutikin, please come here. Venez ici. Irina goes and sits by the table. I can't do without you. Irina begins to play patience. Vershinin. Well, if we can't have any tea, let's philosophize at any rate. Tuzenbach. Yes, let's. About what? Vershinin. About what? Let us meditate. About life as it will be after our time. For example, in 200 or 300 years. Tuzenbach. Well, after our time people will fly about in balloons, the cut of one's coat will change. Perhaps they'll discover a sixth sense and develop it, but life will remain the same, laborious, mysterious, and happy. And in 1,000 years' time, people will still be sighing, life is hard, and at the same time they'll be just as afraid of death and unwilling to meet it as we are. Vershinin thoughtfully. How can I put it? It seems to me that everything on earth must change, little by little, and is already changing under our very eyes. After 200 or 300 years, after 1,000, the actual time doesn't matter. A new and happy age will begin. We, of course, shall not take part in it, but we live and work, and even suffer today that it should come. We create it, and in that one object is our destiny, and, if you like, our happiness. Masha laughs softly. Tuzenbach. What is it? Masha. I don't know. I've been laughing all day, ever since morning. Vershinin, I finished my education at the same point as you. I have not studied at universities. I read a lot, but I cannot choose my books, and perhaps what I read is not at all what I should. But the longer I love, the more I want to know. My hair is turning white. I am nearly an old man now, but I know so little, oh, so little. But I think I know the things that matter most, and that are most real. I know them well, and I wish I could make you understand that there is no happiness for us, that there should not and cannot be. We must only work, and happiness is only for our distant posterity. Pause. If not for me, then for the descendants of my descendants. Fedotic and Rode come into the dining room. They sit and sing softly, strumming on a guitar. Tuzenbach. According to you, one should not even think about happiness. But suppose I am happy. Vershinin numbered Tuzenbach moves his hands and laughs. We do not seem to understand each other. How can I convince you? Masha laughs quietly. Tuzenbach continues, pointing at her. Yes, laugh. To Vershinin. Not only after 2 or 3 centuries, but in 1,000,000 years, life will still be as it was. Life does not change. It remains forever, following its own laws which do not concern us, or which, at any rate, you will never find out. Migrant birds, cranes for example, fly, and whatever thoughts, high or low, enter their heads, they will still fly and not know why or where. They fly and will continue to fly, whatever philosophers come to life among them. They may philosophize as much as they like, only they will fly. Masha still. Is there a meaning? Tuzenbach. A meaning. Now the snow is falling. What meaning? Pause. Masha. It seems to me that a man must have faith, or must search for a faith, or his life will be empty, empty. To live and not to know why the cranes fly, why babies are born, why there are stars in the sky. Either you must know why you live, or everything is trivial, not worth a straw. A pause. Vershinin. Still, I am sorry that my youth has gone. Masha Gogol says, life in this world is a dull matter, my masters. Tuzenbach. And I say it's difficult to argue with you, my masters. Hang it all. Chebutikin reading. Balzac was married at Berdichev. Irina is singing softly. That's worth making a note of. He makes a note. Balzac was married at Berdichev. Goes on reading, Irina laying out cards thoughtfully. Balzac was married at Berdichev. Tuzenbach. The die is cast. I've handed in my resignation, Maria Sergeyevna. Masha. So I heard. I don't see what good it is. I don't like civilians. Tusenbach. Never mind. Gets up. I'm not handsome. What use am I as a soldier? Well, it makes no difference. I shall work. If only just once in my life I could work, so that I could come home in the evening, fall exhausted on my bed, and go to sleep at once. Going into the dining room. Workmen, I suppose, do sleep soundly. Fedotik. To Irina, I bought some colored pencils for you at Chekov's in the Moscow Road just now. And here is a little knife. Irina. You have got into the habit of behaving to me as if I am a little girl, but I am grown up. Takes the pencils and the knife, then, with joy. How lovely. Fedotik. And I bought myself a knife. Look at it. One blade, another, a third, an ear scoop, scissors, nail cleaners. Rode loudly. Doctor, how old are you? Chebutik and I, 32. Laughter. Fedotik, I'll show you another kind of patience. Lays out cards. A samovar is brought in, and Fisa attends to it. A little later, Natasha enters and helps by the table. Soleni arrives, and after greetings, sits by the table. Vershinin. What a wind. Masha. Yes, I'm tired of winter. I've already forgotten what summer's like. Irina, it's coming out, I see. We're going to Moscow. Fedotik. No, it won't come out. Look, the 8 was on the 2 of spades. Laughs. That means you won't go to Moscow. Chebutik in reading paper. Chitsigar. Smallpox is raging here, and Fisa coming up to Masha. Masha, have some tea, little mother, to Vershinin. Please have some, sir. Excuse me, but I've forgotten your name. Masha. Bring some here, nurse. I shan't go over there. Irina, nurse. And Fisa. Coming. Natasha. To Soleni. Children at the breast understand perfectly. I said, good morning, Bobby. Good morning, dear. And he looked at me in quite an unusual way. You think it's only the mother in me that is speaking. I assure you that isn't so. He's a wonderful child. Soleni. If he was my child, I'd roast him on a frying pan and eat him. Takes his tumbler into the drawing room and sits in a corner. Natasha covers her face in her hands. Vulgar, ill-bred man. Masha, he's lucky who doesn't notice whether it's winter now or summer. I think that if I were in Moscow, I shouldn't mind about the weather. Vershinin, a few days ago I was reading the prison diary of a French minister. He had been sentenced on account of the Panama scandal. With what joy, what delight, he speaks of the birds he saw through the prison windows, which he had never noticed while he was a minister. Now, of course, that he is at liberty, he notices birds no more than he did before. When you go to live in Moscow, you'll not notice it, in just the same way. There can be no happiness for us, it only exists in our wishes. Tusenbach takes cardboard box from the table. Where are the pastries? Irina Soleni has eaten them. Tusenbach, all of them. And Fisa serving tea. There's a letter for you. Vershinin. For me, takes the letter. From my daughter, reads. Yes, of course. I will go quietly. Excuse me, Maria Sergeyevna. I shan't have any tea. Stands up, excited. That eternal story. Masha. What is it? Is it a secret? Vershinin quietly. My wife has poisoned herself again. I must go. I'll go out quietly. It's all awfully unpleasant. Kisses Masha's hand. My dear, my splendid good woman. I'll go this way, quietly. Exit. And Fisa. Where has he gone? And I'd served tea. What a man. Masha angrily. Be quiet. You bother so one can't have a moment's peace. Goes to the table with her cup. I'm tired of you, old woman. Anfisa. My dear, why are you offended? Andrei's voice. Anfisa. Anfisa. Mocking. Anfisa. He sits there and... Exit. Masha. In the dining room, by the table, angrily. Let me sit down. Disturbs the cards on the table. Here you are, spreading your cards out. Have some tea. Irina. You are cross, Masha. Masha. If I am cross, then don't talk to me. Don't touch me. Chebutikin. Don't touch her, don't touch her. Masha. You're 60, but you're like a boy, always up to some beastly nonsense. Natasha sighs. Dear Masha, why use such expressions? With your beautiful exterior, you would be simply fascinating in good society, I tell you so directly. If it wasn't for your words. Je vous prie, pardonnez-moi, Marie, mais vous avez des manières un peu grossières. Tuzenbach restraining his laughter. Give me. There's some cognac, I think. Natasha, il paraît que mon Bobik déjà ne dort pas. He has awakened. He isn't well today. I'll go to him, excuse me. Exit. Irina. Where has Alexander Ignatevich gone? Masha home. Something extraordinary has happened to his wife again. Tuzenbach goes to Soleni with a cognac flask in his hands. You go on sitting by yourself, thinking of something. Goodness knows what. Come and let's make peace. Let's have some cognac. They drink. I expect I'll have to play the piano all night. Some rubbish, most likely. Well, so be it. Soleni. Why make peace? I haven't quarrelled with you. Tuzenbach. You always make me feel as if something has taken place between us. You've a strange character, you must admit. Soleni declaims. I am strange, but who is not? Don't be angry, Aleko. Tuzenbach. And what has Aleko to do with it? Pause. Soleni. When I'm with one other man, I behave just like everybody else, but in company I'm dull and shy and talk all manner of rubbish, but I'm more honest and more honourable than very, very many people. And I can prove it. Tuzenbach, I often get angry with you. You always fasten onto me in company, but I like you all the same. I'm going to drink my fill tonight, whatever happens. Drink now. Soleni. Let's drink. They drink. I never had anything against you, Baron, but my character is like Lermontov's in a low voice. I even rather resemble Lermontov, they say. Takes a scent bottle from his pocket and scents his hands. Tuzenbach, I've sent in my resignation. Basta. I've been thinking about it for 5 years, and at last made up my mind. I shall work. Soleni declaims. Do not be angry, Aleko. Forget, thy dreams of yore. While he is speaking, Andrei enters quietly with a book, and sits by the table. Tuzenbach, I shall work. Chebutikin. Going with Irina into the dining room, and the food was also real Caucasian onion soup, and for a roast, some chehatma. Soleni Cheremshah 3 isn't meat at all, but a plant something like an onion. Chebutikin. No, my angel, chehatma isn't onion, but roast mutton. Soleni. And I tell you, chehatma is a sort of onion. Chebutikin, and I tell you, chehatma is mutton. Soleni, and I tell you, Cheremshah is a sort of onion. Chebutikin. What's the use of arguing? You've never been in the Caucasus and never ate any chehatma. Soleni, I never ate it because I hate it. It smells like garlic. Andrei imploring. Please, I ask you. Tuzenbach, when are the entertainers coming? Irina. They promised for about 9. That is, quite soon. Tuzenbach embraces Andrei. Oh, my house, my new-built house. Andrei dances and sings, newly built of maple wood. Chebutikin dances. Its walls are like a sieve. Laughter. Tuzenbach kisses. Andrei, hang it all, let's drink. Andrei, old boy, let's drink with you. And I'll go with you, Andrei, to the University of Moscow. Soleni. Which one? There are 2 universities in Moscow. Andrei. There's 1 university in Moscow. Soleni too, I tell you. Andrei. Don't care if there are 3, so much the better. Soleni. There are 2 universities in Moscow. There are murmurs and hushes. There are 2 universities in Moscow, the old one and the new one. And if you don't like to listen, if my words annoy you, then I need not speak. I can even go into another room. Exit. Tuzenbach, bravo. Laughs. Come on now, I'm going to play. Funny man, Soleni. Goes to the piano and plays a waltz. Masha dancing solo. The Baron's drunk, the Baron's drunk, the Baron's drunk. Natasha comes in. Natasha to Chebutikin, Ivan Romanovich. Says something to Chebutikin, then goes out quietly. Chebutikin touches Tuzenbach on the shoulder and whispers something to him. Irina. What is it? Chebutikin. Time for us to go. Goodbye. Tuzenbach. Good night. It's time we went. Irina. But really, the entertainers? Andrei? In confusion. There won't be any entertainers. You see, dear, Natasha says that Bobby isn't quite well, and so, in a word, I don't care, and it's absolutely all one to me. Irina shrugging her shoulders. Bobby ill. Masha. What is she thinking of? Well, if they are sent home, I suppose they must go. To Irina. Bobby's all right, it's she herself. Here. Taps her forehead. Little bourgeoise. Andrei goes to his room through the right-hand door. Chebutikin follows him. In the dining room, they are saying goodbye. Fedotik. What a shame. I was expecting to spend the evening here. But of course, if the little baby is ill, I'll bring him some toys tomorrow. Rode loudly. I slept late after dinner today because I thought I was going to dance all night. It's only 9 o'clock now. Masha. Let's go into the street. We can talk there. Then we can settle things. Goodbyes and good nights are heard. Tusenbach's merry laughter is heard. All go out. Anfisa and the maid clear the table and put out the lights. The nurse sings. Andrei wearing an overcoat and a hat, and Chebutikin enter silently. Chebutikin. I never managed to get married because my life flashed by like lightning, and because I was madly in love with your mother, who was married. Andrei, one shouldn't marry. One shouldn't, because it's dull, Chebutikin. So there I am in my loneliness. Say what you will, loneliness is a terrible thing, old fellow. Though really, of course, it absolutely doesn't matter. Andrei, let's be quicker, Chebutikin. What are you in such a hurry for? We shall be in time. Andrei, I'm afraid my wife may stop me. Chebutikin, Andrei, I shan't play tonight. I shall only sit and look on. I don't feel very well. What am I to do for my asthma, Ivan Romanovich? Chebutikin, don't ask me. I don't remember, old fellow. I don't know. Andrei, let's go through the kitchen. They go out. A bell rings, then a second time. Voices and laughter are heard. Irina enters. What's that? Anfisa whispers. The entertainers. Bell, Irina. Tell them there's nobody at home, nurse. They must excuse us. Anfisa goes out. Irina walks about the room deep in thought. She is excited. Soleni enters. Soleni, in surprise. There's nobody here. Where are they all? Irina. They've gone home. Soleni, how strange. Are you here alone? Irina. Yes, alone. A pause. Goodbye. Soleni. Just now I behaved tactlessly, with insufficient reserve. But you are not like all the others. You are noble and pure. You can see the truth. You alone can understand me. I love you, deeply, beyond measure. I love you, Irina. Goodbye, go away. Soleni. I cannot live without you. Follows her. Oh, my happiness. Through his tears. Oh, joy. Wonderful, marvelous, glorious eyes, such as I have never seen before. Irina coldly. Stop it, Vasily Vasilievich. Soleni. This is the first time I speak to you of love, and it is as if I am no longer on the earth but on another planet. Wipes his forehead. Well, never mind. I can't make you love me by force, of course. But I don't intend to have any more favored rivals. No. I swear to you by all the saints, I shall kill my rival. Oh, beautiful one. Natasha enters with a candle. She looks in through one door, then through another, and goes past the door leading to her husband's room. Natasha. Here's Andrei. Let him go on reading. Excuse me, Vasily Vasilievich, I did not know you were here. I am engaged in domesticities. Soleni. It's all the same to me. Goodbye. Exit. Natasha. You're so tired, my poor dear girl. Kisses Irina. If you only went to bed earlier. Irina, is Bobby asleep? Natasha. Yes, but restlessly. By the way, dear, I wanted to tell you, but either you weren't at home, or I was busy. I think Bobby's present nursery is cold and damp, and your room would be so nice for the child. My dear darling girl, do change over to Olga's for a bit. Irina. Not understanding. Where? The bells of a troika are heard as it drives up to the house. Natasha. You and Olga can share a room for the time being, and Bobby can have yours. He's such a darling. Today I said to him, Bobby, you're mine, mine. And he looked at me with his dear little eyes. A bell rings. It must be Olga. How late she is. The maid enters and whispers to Natasha, Protopopov? What a queer man to do such a thing. Protopopov's come and wants me to go for a drive with him in his troika. Laughs. How funny these men are. A bell rings. Somebody has come. Suppose I did go and have half an hour's drive. To the maid. Say I shan't be long. Bell rings. Somebody's ringing. It must be Olga. Exit. The maid runs out. Irina sits deep in thought. Kuligin and Olga enter, followed by Vershinin. Kuligin. Well, there you are. And you said there was going to be a party. Vershinin. It's queer. I went away not long ago, half an hour ago, and they were expecting entertainers. Irina. They've all gone. Kuligin. Has Masha gone too? Where has she gone? And what's Protopopov waiting for downstairs in his troika? Whom is he expecting? Irina. Don't ask questions. I'm tired. Kuligin. Oh, you're all whimsies. Olga, my committee meeting is only just over. I'm tired out. Our chairwoman is ill, so I had to take her place. My head is aching. Sits. Andrei lost 200 rubles at cards yesterday. The whole town is talking about it. Kuligin. Yes, my meeting tired me too. Sits. Vershinin. My wife took it into her head to frighten me just now by nearly poisoning herself. It's all right now, and I'm glad. I can rest now. But perhaps we ought to go away. Well, my best wishes, Fyodor Ilyich. Let's go somewhere together. I absolutely can't stop at home. Come on, Kuligin, I'm tired. I won't go. Gets up. I'm tired. Has my wife gone home? Irina, I suppose so. Kuligin kisses Irina's hand. Goodbye, I'm going to rest all day tomorrow and the day after. Best wishes. Going. I should like some tea. I was looking forward to spending the whole evening in pleasant company and oh, falacem hominum spem. Accusative case after an interjection. Vershinin. Then I'll go somewhere by myself. Exit with Kuligin, whistling. Olga. I've such a headache. Andrei has been losing money. The whole town is talking. I'll go and lie down, going. I'm free tomorrow. Oh my God, what a mercy. I'm free tomorrow, I'm free the day after. Oh, my head, my head. Exit. Irina alone. They've all gone. Nobody's left. A concertina is being played in the street. The nurse sings. Natasha. In fur coat and cap, steps across the dining room, followed by the maid. I'll be back in half an hour. I'm only going for a little drive. Exit. Irina alone in her misery. To Moscow. Moscow. Moscow.